Money, money, money. Money. That's what it's all about today.
That is the topic of conversation because really, I think that's something that you need to know anytime you're signing up for a new venture or you're wanting to start a business. Is there a return on investment?
Mhm.
Can you actually make money doing the business? Because if you don't know that part, it might not be a sound investment. So it's a good thing to know, and you can figure out how does the pricing work? How can you actually make some money doing this business?
And if you are like me, when I first started, nobody believed, nobody, even my grandma, ever believed that you could ever make money working with a horse. So we are here to share with you how you can make money with our certification and how that rolls and all of the bonuses and benefits that have come from it. Because I've been doing this since 2008. That is a long time, my friends.
Okay, and we can't see yet if there's people joining us or not. I don't know why it's not showing us. But if you are here, let us know who you are, where you're from. We always like to know that we're
Not
talking
alone.
to other people in the world while we do this piece as well. But before we go into all of this fantastic information, we're going to go through our regular old rigmarole, if you will.
Rigmarole.
And that first piece is that hashtag,
Holy jumping tuna fish. And that's what it is today. Because when it comes to making moolah cashers, it is a holy jumping tuna fish moment.
Darn tootin' gluten, as you would also say.
Yes.
So if you get something out of this today, or if something blows your mind, if you're like, I had never thought of something that way before, throw in that hashtag, holy jumping tuna fish, because we like to know what you're liking. The second hashtag is, of course, the We Are Life Changers, and that's not just us. That's all of you. That's all of our pony pones around the world and horses. And it's all of us who have the opportunity to change a life for the better every single day that we live and breathe. And that really does, again, people, for those of you who have been around for a while, it comes down to kindness.
Always kind.
Be kind. Don't be the keyboard warrior behind the thing that, like it's the faceless, nameless stuff.
Oh.
Be the good. Did I pinch you?
Sorry. Yeah, my hand was in between the two chairs. I'm like, whoo, I'm awake.
Yeah, I need to be in the middle. But definitely be the kind of person who takes the opportunity to make a difference in somebody else's life every day.
And even a horse. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I've seen, I'm sure we've all seen a few videos that our hearts are just broken because our pony pones are not treated the way that they are meant to be treated. So kindness is everything.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anybody, Charles.
Well, no, and I'll check it because it's not like highlighted yet. So I don't know why
Yeah.
that's not happening.
And there was loads of people who were coming today.
Yeah.
So I find this interesting. It is Wednesday, right?
Oh my gosh, we've done that before.
Mhm.
So,
we have.
Yes, it says Wednesday at the top of the computer.
We're
So
cool on the Wednesday.
we should
then.
be good, but I'll check us up here at the same time as you talk about sharing is caring.
Well, that's what Carolyn always likes to say. I call her Charles. I love calling people by their last name. I don't know. I just think it's kind of cool, And I know the word cool isn't even cool, but to me it's cool because of how old I am. But share this out to everybody that you know who's interested in being their own boss, who has a passion for working with horses, but in a completely different way where you are not mounted, that you can make a living, but it's to help human beings to be able to move forward, to heal, to connect, to become self-aware of who they are. The programs itself are absolutely mind-blowing because there's always a result. The way our certification is designed as well, you always have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And through that end piece, it ties everything that you have learned from the arena. And of course, it brings it into the humans being able to use it in their own lives.
I can't tell if we're live. This is a weird way of doing things.
Yeah.
I just can't tell.
I just don't feel like we're there.
It's working like it's supposed to work.
I mean, I can keep talking, but sometimes all this yipping.
Do we keep talking?
Well, that's where I'm not sure if we keep talking.
Like, how do we know?
You used to be able to look on the...
I know, but I don't see it.
Then that means we are not.
So I don't know. What do we do? Well, what do we do?
I don't know. People help us. Now we're looking.
Yeah.
We're scrolling and we're searching.
We're scrolling. We're trying to find, are we live? That's not us right now.
No, it's not.
What the heck's going on here, people? If anybody's watching that knows my phone number, text me and tell me we're live. Because something's not working here. I don't understand.
No, I do
And
not believe we
I
are.
want to see if we go to the events, does that make a difference? I really don't get this right now. We're acting as it. Okay, more events happening now, but it says go live. Now I'm just clicking things. I don't know if we're double timing this or not.
Yeah, I don't see it in the
Like we might be
Facebook page. She's doing some.
Yeah, if you guys are watching us, sorry.
Yeah.
If you're not.
I mean, you can ask us questions if you are watching, because somehow we are just not live.
Go live. So we might be live still on Be Live on YouTube. I can't tell. And now we're going to try to go live here.
I don't know. You know, that's why it's so much nicer to work with ponies, with horses, than computers. Computers can get really irritating.
Yeah, because it says we're live, but then we're not live. That's not doing what it's supposed to do. Are we
Anybody
live now?
with us? Yeah, I clicked the link. Have you started? You just did. But
what the heck is going on? Okay, good. No.
So, and this is the one that's in the link then.
Well, I just don't know. It says we're starting. Now it says we're live.
Okay. Are we live there?
Oh, I got a notification.
If anyone's watching us, we know we're live now, but we pressed it at noon, which is supposed to make us go live, and then nobody was there, so we were like, something's fishy in River City. And then we went to our Facebook page, and it's like it didn't show us live.
So we think we're live now. If you were with us before and we were live then, sorry.
Yeah, we might not double dipping, double doing.
Yeah, but any hoodle, we'll start kind of maybe again a little bit. And
I think we should.
Is all talking about the money, the moolah cashers.
Money, 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 money. So for a lot of you who love horses and have the passion to be able to work with horses, you may have a lot of naysayers in your life. And I did too, a long day ago, probably in 2006, 2007. Everybody said you will never make a business out of working with horses to help people, because they didn't understand it, first of all. Well, heck, I didn't really even understand what I was doing to begin with. And then when Carolyn joined the team, we both didn't really understand everything that we had.
We've come a long way, people.
A long way. Okay, Lisa Marie is here.
We're here. So we don't know what happened to the other one. We're still live on it technically. So that's nice. But
it is weird.
Gotcha. Okay, so some people are on it. I don't know. You know, I love technology when it works like it's supposed to, but I have no idea what's happening in the other realm of what we normally do here.
No, so sorry. And I hope, Lisa Marie, was that you I was talking to earlier on Facebook? Oh, No.
No.
Oh, no.
Somebody totally different.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anywho, okay, very
we
good.
got some people coming.
Now we're going to go through everything like normal because now we're beginning.
Yes, now we understand what's happening.
Okay, wonderful. People are here. So yes, it's all about money and literally being able to make moolah cashers by working with a horse in our certification. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. Plus, we also have a gift at the end of our live today as well. And will it be on replay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, solid yes.
Yep. It took me a quick second there, but yeah, we can do that too.
Okay, so we'll make that happen as well because, of course, the other piece we love you to do, share it out to anyone who's considering starting their own business when it has to do with horses and helping people to be able to either move forward, to heal, to connect, to become self-aware, to build skills in this very, very hard life, having a horse as a teacher versus humans trying to help people to move forward. The horses are just brilliant at what it is that they do.
Yes. And so with those of you who are seeing lots of I'm here's and watchings, thank you so much. Do let us know, though, if you're joining us, who you are, where you're from, because we always like to know who it is that we're talking to. And as Carrie did say, share this baby out, too, especially because the whole beginning went weird. So share it out now.
It's so weird. And, of course, we've got a special hashtag that we really love to use in our lives, and that is the
hashtag
holy jumping tuna fish. So that means when you hear anything that's blowing your brain, blowing your mind, definitely put in that holy jumping tuna fish, or of course you can do the little emoji-con as well. But it will be a holy jumping tuna fish day because you're going to be so excited to know how you can make money working with horses and how this all rolls together. Oh, Ohio. I've been to there.
I like that. Ohio. Get it?
Funny.
It is funny.
Okay.
You're to dad jokes.
Should we introduce ourselves quick and then let's get right into it?
So my name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing, as well as an instructor and facilitator for the Equine Connection, the Academy of Equine-Assisted Learning, Inc.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Fulmeck. I am the founder of the Equine Connection and master instructor, helping people globally around the world do what it is that we do. And what's that? What's that you say? It's the greatest job on earth. Why you get to smell the ponies every day, as people always call it around here, huffing the ponies, because seriously, you just can't get enough of their smell and baby head smell, but there's no babies involved.
No.
And it really is, you see humans make a change right before your very eyes, but without having to go to the psyche of the human. You just run the programs the way they're designed, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. And from that end, it ties in everything that they've learned as a skill in the arena so they can bring it into their own life and actually take it out of the arena and apply it to everyday living. And it has been miraculous. I've been in this since 2008, and every human who's ever entered our doors has had a change. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you this, to begin with, and with all the naysayers that are out there who say you can never make money doing a business with horses, well, first of all, they're wrong. But when we first started, it's like, whoa, I think people are right. Because it was hard. It was so much work to help people to understand how the horse plays that pivotal role in helping a human to be empowered and make their own changes in their own life, but still develop a skill. So you've got a result that you can guarantee your client that they're going to come out of, because it's outrageous how incredible they are.
That's what I was actually just going to say, is even with the certification, the fact that there's a foundation of fundamental principles, there's all the pieces that put it together to make it a structured course. That's the marketability piece of it, right? Yes. And for a skeptic like me, I like having those pieces to understand, okay, how am I actually going to get this out there so people understand, without understanding horses or knowing horses yet, that they can get a return on attending our programs as well. And without that, I don't really know how you would be able to sell it in the first place. So having those pieces, having the research behind it, having the objectives within every course is what really allows us to guarantee an outcome for our clients. And that's what allows us to sell it. Without that piece, I'm not sure I could go out and say to a potential client, you're going to come out, you're going to hang with some horses, and magic will ensue.
Yeah, like
I mean, that's just not how my brain works to be able to put it out there, right?
And even from my brain, even though I'm very, very much so business, my whole thing was, how do I go sell it to, let's say, a corporate client? Like, you have to know what it is that they're going to get out of it. So what is it that you're telling them that their team is going to leave with the result? Because if I wasn't able to do that with the programs that we have, then I just know corporate, because I've been in the corporate world before, they'd say, okay, bye-bye, squirrely, because squirrely don't work for corporate and even the organizations that we work with. So here's another business smart. How you make the money is you work with organizations. Yes. So this is what we do at the Equine Connection. This is how we train all of our facilitators too, is to work with organizations in and around your area, because they're already doing things to help clients to be able to move forward and gain those skills to get into the real world again. So ours is an added addition to solidify everything. And our big one is Calgary Dream Center right now, and you can take a look at them. But it's the men that we are working with in recovery. So fun. They're so fun in addictions, and it could be homelessness, it could be anxiety, but we just work with the men, and they come every single Wednesday, which is today, from 2 to 3:30 p.m. That is every week they come. Well, we've had this job for over 4 years now. So five years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, time goes by so fast.
I really know.
So that's a lovely client to have, because then you know you can count on that money coming in, because the organization is bringing the human beings every day
and replenishing them.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about consistent marketing.
Ooh,
yeah.
Because that's way too much work if you always have to do individual marketing to get people off people interested in a one-off program, where this is very exciting, because our 12-week curriculum allows for your clients to continually come week after week after week. And before the Dream Center, we had Sixiga Youth Medicine Lodge, and we had them for 9 years. So it's been phenomenal, because when you work with organizations, you have that income always coming in. And then if you want to do your additional pieces, like maybe a half-day workshop, weekend workshop, anything.
Yeah, any of the other pieces, you can do it that way as well. It's just that the ease of having your regular programs in with an organization is just so much nicer for your brain, for your pocketbook on marketing, for your time, for calls, and all those different pieces that you need to do with marketing as well. It just makes really good sense to do the organizations, but then leave your time. You can do the women's workshops or the other one-off programs.
Absolutely.
Maybe not as often.
And you can do one-on-ones as well. I mean, of course you can. But my business brain always says, why would I just work with one person when you could work with 2, 3, 4 people at the same time, and then you have greater income coming in, but you're helping more people. And if you don't have a degree, I'm never at that line where I could cross it, because this certification, you do not have to have a degree with, which is a winner chicken dinner, in my opinion, because we're helping humans to build skills, life skills, so that they can use them in everyday life. And literally working with a horse by their side, which is unmounted, so on the ground, there's no riding involved. It is just a brilliant way to have the horse teach the humans, and you the horse person, understanding what their culture is, the horse's culture, what the horse's language is, how to read when the horse is needing you to come in. That sort of idea. It helps your non-horsey people to be empowered with, you've already given them all the training and those tools to be able to understand what the horse is saying. It's just a brilliant system. And, I know when we first started too, everybody thought we were a riding facility, even though we said this is non-riding. Like anyone we talked to, anything on our website, our social media platforms. Oh my gosh, it wouldn't matter how many times we said no riding.
I think even last year, 17 years later, we got one that was like, do you teach riding?
No.
No.
But if you do, see, there's an added component that you can bring along with it. So understanding that you're working with the horse, you're partnering with the horse, because here at the Equine Connection, there is no such thing as using a horse, because that is not what we do. Using is not a part of how not only our horses will grow, but our clients will grow. And we don't ever put words or thoughts into the humans to say our horse is telling you to do this, or our horses are telling you to do that. And through running programs, then you get testimonials. Through those testimonials, then you can go out and look for a second organization. Or again, you can still do those little bits, but we like at the most to have 2 organizations.
I was going to say, you don't need 10.
Oh, no,
that's too much.
And you don't even need to work with your horses like every day. That is the beauty part. I mean, unless you're wanting to, because you want to get to know them on a much deeper level.
Yeah. If you have 50 horses and 15 facilitators, yes, go all week long. But if you don't need to do that by any means. I love it. We've got people from Calgary. We've got, Sheila from Calgary. Hollyberry. All that comes into my head is Buddy Holly. That's all I want to call you right now. And I know it should be Hollyberry.
I love Texas.
I didn't go there. Caitlin from Washington. Alicia, I love that you just opened up your own place, Tiny Hooves Loving Hearts in Muskoka. I love Muskoka. It's so pretty. And then Warren, partnering is not using. You got that
Exactamundos.
That's exactly right.
We do no such thing. And of course, then even talking to your organizations or your corporate team building, whoever it is that you're going into in the market, because here's the thing, my friends. This certification and these curriculum programs help any human being on earth. But being in business, you now have to sink it down, because lots of times people will get into a horse business helping people, but you want to help everybody. If you want to help everybody, you can't help anybody, because nobody know what it is you do. And then your marketing money and your dollars go every which way but loose, because you don't know who to target in on. So that's part of the business training, which I'm not even going to get into, because we're just going to talk about the money piece. And of course, like, why is equine assisted learning in such in demand? And it's not just equine assisted learning, it's equine assisted anything. But why is it high right now? And why is it a great time for you to get in? Well, first of all, because all of our provinces and our states are looking for things to help human beings. PTSD, addictions, mental wellness is huge, because we are so disconnected in the world, disconnected within ourselves. There's no more being present. We're not self-aware. Healing even from when the world closed. There's so many things that humans are needing to make themselves filled and be able to move forward again, instead of stagnant and not being able to move from past or too concerned with the future. And that's where the horse is brilliant, because horses live only in present. So they help humans literally to get grounded and connected again, because you have to be when you're working with 1,800, 1,500 pounds, even 2,000 pounds. All humans have to get present again, because otherwise that would be very dangerous.
Well, and there's so much, like you were just saying, going on in the world, trying to figure out how do we move forward. And maybe, there's a lot of people, they've read the books, they've done the things that they think they know how to do, and they're still just lost. And this is a different way of allowing people to connect with themselves and the connection with others too. I don't want to ignore your question there, Lisa. So you asked how do you find the organizations to market to? And that's just playing off Carrie said about the target markets, but you pick them.
Yeah.
You get to choose who you want to work with and approach those people based on your target market. So that's the very, very nutshell answer. Warren,
we show that in our business training component as well. And understanding, how do I understand what my one target is? Because you really just think about your own heart and soul, Lisa Marie, which reminds me of Lisa Marie Presley, just so you know. And I'm sure you get that all the time, but that gives me a nice warm fuzzy feeling, because I love that. But really understanding, go into your soul, into your passion. what is the market you want to help? Is it youth? Is it a child in sex trafficking? Is it a woman who's been abused? Is it a woman who's been sex trafficked? Is it a man? Like, you really have to figure it out. Or like Warren had said, first responders. That's probably a passion to Warren. So you want to stick with the target so that you can find now the organizations, Google search them.
Absolutely. And Warren, you offered, or you asked about affiliate programs. Maybe shoot us a message on that one so we could talk about it a little bit more into what you're regarding on that one. And then lovely Laura Lopez, Chicago here. She says, received my certification. These ladies are awesome.
Oh, well, thank you. I think that's a holy jump in tuna fish
that
moment.
Is right there. Throw it in, people.
So, those are real ways that people make money. I mean, here's the thing, my horsey friends, you got the horses. Mm-hmm. You probably got a yard or a paddock or maybe even an arena yourself. Now, for the first 2 years, just an FYI, I started outside. I rented a piece of land from a farm person. That's what I did. And I actually rented the horses before I actually started doing it on my own land. And then I created my own facility. So that's the way the beginning started, because Sigsega Youth Medicine Lodge needed us to begin ASAP. So that's what you do, because if an organization wants to give you money, you want to take the money right away, because it doesn't always roll like that. So real clients are, I mean, seriously, you have all of that. You take a cell phone, probably a vehicle. So these are components of your own business already. And the one thing even I always suggest is talk to your accountant, look at your rules and regulations in your country, in your state, and in your province. But you should also be very mindful of how business rolls as well. And I think it's always smart when you're in business to understand what you can and can't do. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes in our beautiful US of A, sometimes the accountants want to use this sort of a certification in business as a hobby farm, but that's not true. No. This is not hobby farm stuff. This is a serious business that is skills development. So it's a skills development company. It's not it's
not a hobby farm.
It's not a hobby farm. It's not agricultural. Unless you've already got something agricultural going, it can work in very well with that. But you really want to help them to understand it is skills development, but we need the horse in order to help the humans to understand in the instant of a second why teams aren't working together or why a human can't move forward, because they got to adjust something inside themselves. So there's so many power pieces to this, but there's real people problems everywhere. You turn around in your schools, your nursing homes, like I can't even, like, the list is endless, because everybody needs this, because it helps them to be able to get strong within inside themselves.
And I love even that Warren had in here too, my ideal avatar is successful women that are chiropractors, acupuncturists, and therapists.
That's targeted.
Nice. Perfect, right? And then you can understand what do those people in those industries require. So you kind of develop your programming off of that as well. And then Sheila asked, how do you suggest one approaches organizations, phone or email? Honestly, I've done both, and both have worked. And social media has worked too. You really have to look at each organization and do your research as to how they kind of operate. And you can tell usually by their websites and their social media presence to be able to figure out how to talk to the right person and what methodology to use as well.
Yep. And a key thing when you're looking, whatever your certification is in, even though we're just talking about our certification, because of all of our curriculum programs that have specific objectives, when you're reading organizations' websites, you can pick out key things that already are in your curriculum programs, so that when you're talking back to them, you're reiterating the words that they have, because you actually have it in your certification.
Maybe that's what we should do our next live one, because there seems to be lots of questions on
there
it.
It's
just the idea of like, okay, how do you connect to these people, find the people, connect to them, and talk to them. And maybe that's what we should do one day.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds fun. Do you guys think so?
Yeah, put in a tuna fish there if you like it.
I like it. Put the tuna fish in, no matter what.
Excuse me. I can't.
Charging, like we do have, like we said, a gift for you today as well, because it gives you an idea. We have been in this business since, I started in 2008, and Carolyn came on in 2009 to be a part of, well, the IT world, because me no even know how to understand to do Word.
No, at that point, she couldn't get to the next line. Literally, in other words, how do I get to the next line? Am I going to die here?
Yeah.
I'm not going to make
it. she came on because I didn't want to do the part in business that required now this new technology of the computer world. I like the old fashioned world, but I had to adjust. So she did all of that. And then 2 years in, because she had to move away. So it was perfect because she could still do all this stuff. We would get together and have our little coffee times. But then she came back, then she got certified, and then we ran that was so beautiful having another person to run the programs with, because then you could work with more people in a safe environment. How our certification works as well is one certified facilitator can work with 2 horses. So in working with 2 horses, which I had to do by myself because Carolyn didn't live here at the time either. No. So I had the contract with Six Sigma already. So what I did was 2 horses. Sometimes I'd have 3 people with each horse. And sometimes I'd have 4 people with each horse, which was really hard. 4 people with a horse. But
don't start there.
No, but you got to do what you got to do when you first are beginning. So it worked out beautifully that I was able to do it. And then when Carolyn came on board, it's so much nicer to have 2 people with a horse, or 3 people isn't too bad either.
But. Well, and having somebody to even like bounce, like when we're done a program, we don't just be like, oh, done. We have our time with the horses to make sure that they're all in the good space and that kind of thing. And then we always debrief about what happened too. So it's nice when you're all done to have that. But we also that's part of the reason why we created such a community with our certification as well, is so that people do have that, even if they're starting on their own too. And we've got questions all over the place.
And I'm sorry, and I forgot to finish off what the gift is. So within the gift, it shows you your return on investment. So you can roll with that. What facilitators are Canadian facilitators, USA facilitators, Australia facilitators, or actually across the Oceania yeah. are charging for their clients coming in, because some people just do workshops. So a workshop could be like a 1 or a 2-dayer. I mean, we charge $597 for a woman's workshop.
Per woman.
Per woman. Or if we're doing a corporate team building event, then we're charging like $6,500 for the full day, because we know corporations can't keep sending their employees out once a week. Like that would be too cost effective. Not cost effective for our corporation. So it gives you a great idea of what sort of fees and how people are making real money in real time, because it's not just us telling it to you. It's other facilitators who are actually making a living doing what it is that they love. Now you can answer questions.
There's a couple about insurance there. If you have a boarding facility or something else you're already insuring, depending if you're in the States, insurance, wow.
Hard.
Crazy. But we did get a dedicated insurance provider that is stunning and will work with your insurance that you might already have or rewrite things for you as well. But she actually knows this program, whereas in the States, unless you're a therapist, it can be really, really hard to find insurance properly for it. We have set up dedicated insurance for this certification. It's not just for EAL as a whole. It's specifically if you were certified with Equine Connection.
And you have to show your certificate.
Yeah. To be a part of that one. And then in Alberta.
We
live in Canada, not just Alberta. In Canada, we also have 2 different companies that we work with. And then across in Australia, there is also some dedicated we have there as well. We can forward to you too. So depending on how you set up your liability insurance and where your business is, if it's on your property, somebody else's, et cetera, there's lots of ways to handle that. You just answered my question about how much to charge.
Oh,
we were reading your mind, Tina.
There we go. But yeah, there's such variety. And again, if you're doing curriculum programs, we have a different price for that, because it's people who are coming every single week at the dedicated same time. But again, to me, those are what pays for all the expenses that you already are incurring, because you got horses. Anytime we have a horse, we're always in the hole with horses. So what a beautiful way to bring some income into what it already is that we're doing. There was one more thing I meant to tell you guys too, but it's just not coming to my brain ski right now.
It'll come back if it's important.
Yeah, I guess so.
Tina said, where and how can I get certified? I'll shoot you a message afterwards as well, Tina. But you can check out our website, definitely, or again, send us a private message. We are based out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So we do have the theory training that is online first, and then you can attend an in-person training. We have, what do we have left? I think, do we have one spot left in Boston now?
Boston.
So we do have one left in Boston for this year. And then we also have Denver is still open for registrations for the in-person training. So that's the last two we have in the States this year. And then we also have 2 more in Calgary, 3 more.
2 more in Calgary,
that
one in Ontario.
And one in
2 in Sydney, Australia.
And then one in Abbotsford, BC. So we do have a few going on still that are available to get your in-person done. You just have to be done the theory first.
Tell them our website too.
Our website is, and I can send it into you guys here too, because I can't put it up on the screen like I normally can.
Oh, okay, then just type it in.
But it is www.equine-connection.
Sometimes you talk like an auctioneer.
There
we go. The website is loaded and loaded and loaded. So that is the beauty.
Denver's in August.
But
the date is not in my brain.
No, it's just not. Things like that just don't sit there for us.
I would love to say we could.
But if you would like the gift, should we just tell them what to do now?
Yes. If you guys want to throw money in the comments, just the word money, we will send you off the gift after we are done the live here so that you all have the opportunity to go and check it out.
It's a great gift. It does give clarity though, because then when you're starting your business, you put down what do you think all the expenses are going to be, so you can roll with that. And you probably already know most of them because you're already paying for your cell phone, you're already paying for your vehicle, for your horses, for your feed, for the farrier, for the dewormers, for everything. But the beauty is then now you can put in your guesstimates on what kind of income will roll in. So whether it be telling your partner, this is how I'm going to make a living because I'm passionate about it and I know I can make it, with the support of the Equine Connection, which is so beautiful because our motto is we're actually not successful until you are. So we actually stay with you like always. And we have facilitators who've been with us for like 15 years and they're still doing it. I know.
Yeah, last week for more training after 10 years.
Yeah. Like it's so much fun because, well, we just are a family. Yeah. So we do support each other to move forward. And there's so few of us, if you really think about it globally, no matter what kind of an equine assisted, it's so few of us who are providing these opportunities for humans to be able to heal and grow and connect. Like it's just such a rarity to work with a living being that's incapable of lying or judgment. And then you have your trained professionals who are helping them to achieve whatever they can because they're unique and powerful on their own, but without telling them what to do. Because we literally allow the horse to literally do the teaching.
Yeah.
That's why you need to completely understand the horse. But
literally.
Yes, there is money in it. And I have to tell you, this was years ago, but my grandma then, she's passed away since then. She was 94 years old at the time. She gave me a call. She goes, Carrie, I just want you to know, the family and I were sitting around talking about you and this business of yours. And we all said, we cannot believe how far Carrie has taken this business because we never believed you could ever do it. I'm like, well, thanks, Grandma. But I knew as soon as people tell me you can't be done, I always go the opposite. And then my hubby, when he first started, all these freaking hay burners, I should just shoot them all sort of thing. Talks rough, but roars like a lion, but soft like a lamb. Now he's telling everybody, and I love it because we had built our home here on our property about 5 years ago. This is our second property for the business. But any contractor that came, they said, whoa, that must cost you an arm and a leg with all of these horses. And he goes, well, actually, they make us money. So you see, everybody just got to be shown that it can be possible.
It has to come around.
Yep.
Sheila asked how many spaces we have left in July in Calgary.
Think we got 4.
I want to say 4 as well.
Yeah.
We did have a booking today.
Yeah. No, I think it's still 4 though. We like it.
Yeah, so we have some space left in that one. And then shoot us a message. We can set up a time. We can chat on the phone to figure that piece out too, if you like. And then how much time does it take to go through the theory? So how the theory portion is set up is we don't do well in boring online classes.
Ew, no,
So
siree, Bobino. It's fun.
it has to be fun. So when we set it up like you were literally in a classroom with us. So
Popcorn.
if you were to sit down and do it as if you were taking a 4-day class, you could sit down for 68 hours a day and rock it out in 4 days. If you don't have the time to sit down and do that, most people, you could get it done within a month easy. So if you wanted to come in July, absolutely, you'd have time before that for sure. It's about 24 to 32 hours of actual work time. So if that helps you out with that piece.
And it blows your brain. I do have to tell you, we're most proud of not only the certification for the welfare of our horses, but the online portion itself. People who have taken this, they are just, every single one of them cannot believe what they are learning and being able to exercise the learning by doing it already with their horses instead of having to wait to do things. They just head over heels in love with it. It's so much fun.
It's true. So in love.
What you doing?
Weird. I was just checking if that ever happened.
Okay. Because I'm like, don't leave these people.
No, we're here still.
Okay. So the gift is, yes, put the money in and we will get that off to you. What do we do with it?
I'm going to send them a link.
She's going to send you a link. So you want to get the link and then you want to download it because Akabaka Jotaka, it is a keeper, man.
Yeah, it's a good read and a great way. If you are a person who either needs to convince somebody else in your life that has that analytical, needs to know what the ROI piece is, or you need that yourself, and it is smart to know in business. This is a great document for you to see how is it that you can actually make money, and then how is it that we can move forward and support you with that piece as well, because we are there for you, people. That is our main goal, is because we are never successful until you are. So we always like to make sure you guys know that is you're part of our team, you're part of our team.
I'm part of our herd. And I think, that's what keeps us so close knit together. And we have over 400 facilitators globally. So it's so nice because if from Texas, you've got a question and maybe we're sleeping in, or Australia, like there's always somebody who's up who can answer questions inside our support group. So it's just a really brilliant place. And I love our support group too, because it's not like a Facebook group. You know what I mean? You people have been in a Facebook group. You get lost in all of the threads and all of the posts. We have a different system for ours. So it's very, very cool.
That's very true.
I'm on website and don't see the Denver. Did you do the click down where it says USA and then you click down? Warren,
did you do that?
Well, I'm just double checking because I know sometimes you get to it and you're like, what do you mean? Where is everything? So sometimes we just need a little bit of help, right?
I'm just going to copy and see if I can paste it right up on in here.
Oh, looky, Joe Tookie.
Now, I will also say to you, you have to be certified with the whole course. You can't just attend this. So
no, you can't
don't sign up for it.
Yeah.
If you're not going to sign up for the whole certification, it's only for that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
you have to take the online course first.
There we go. That'll help you out there, Warren.
Excuse me. Oh, he probably I see.
Yeah,
I know.
To see the actual date.
I actually sometimes get confused myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, where the heck? I just want to go to where the in-person training is.
There is a link within that page. I just don't know exactly where to tell you that it is. So I'm just going to send you this.
Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Okay. Well, I hope this has helped you. I don't know if anyone has any last question before we say adios for the day. Because why? We got the Calgary Dream Center guys coming today, and we are running a program called Starting the Journey. And the objective in building that skill is relationship with self. So this is a pretty exciting one. We love this one.
Christine had a great question. What's the certification for? I missed it. It is to become an Equine-Assisted Learning certified facilitator. So you are running programs to help people develop essential life skills while working with horses as partners, so that we aren't telling them what they need in their life, but rather they get to empower themselves and discover it all through their own of working with the horse. It's
all structured. You have curriculum programs that come with your certification so that along with the support and free training for the life of your certification, we help you to make your money in your area So you're not alone trying to figure out, what do I charge clients? How do I get clients? So the certification is all encompassing of everything.
Absolutely.
So that was it, Christine, in a wee little nutshell.
A wee little nutshell.
But if you want, just because you just joined into, if you want the free gift, which can also help you out, just put in the word money, and that will also be sent to you.
And if
okay.
August 25th to 27th. That sounds exactly right for Denver.
Thanks, Warren.
If any of you do want to learn more about this, check out our other lives. We have done loads of these suckers where there is opportunity to learn more about what we do as a certification, lots to learn about horses. We are all about sharing the word about how we can better the lives of horses around the globe. So feel free to go watch any of our other lives that are there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, see, Kristen's on it.
See, she is. Well, I guess the wee little nutshell helped a little, hey? Anyway, friends, have a great, amazing day. Remember, you are the most incredible part to your business. It is you being who it is that you are that creates the most exciting business. And of course, along with our beautiful horses who make this journey possible to help humans to be able to move forward, heal, connect, to find themselves again in this very, very lost world, but fulfilling, my friends, it truly is. So go out, hug your pony, give him a kiss, say, yeah, maybe your passion is going to that next place. Because we remember, life is a blink of an eye. So we don't have much time here on earth. So we got to move, got to ride. But there's no riding in our certification.
Yeah. But figuratively.
Figuratively, yes.
Have a great day, everybody. And we'll talk to you all very, very soon.
You're welcome, everyone.
I have no idea. Right?
And this is super weird.
Like, that's from YouTube.